I want y'all to know that there is nothing new under the sun. Yeah. Nothing is new under the sun. Everything that's happening right now in your life, everything that you're experiencing, everything that you're watching everybody else go through, I want you to understand and understand it's already happened before. Yeah. It's already happened before. Nothing is new. Nothing is new. Therefore, don't let nobody come along and brainwash you in any way, form, or fashion to make you feel like anything that's happening is new. Y'all come on in, do me a favor, like it up, share it, drop them nines, and let me know my audio was great, man, because y'all already know what time it is. We finna get ready to cut up.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
Let me start this out with the right spiritual energy. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, peace to the high vibrational beings, peace to the spiritual guides, peace to the ascended masters, peace to the archangels, and peace to my spiritual team and the Most High for giving me the strength to do what I do on a day-to-day basis. I love them, I love them, I love them. Yeah. Y'all already know what it is, right? Y'all already know what it is. I said something, y'all, that offended a few people. I wouldn't even say that I said something. I actually shared a video that offended a few people, and I just wanted to come on here and enlighten y'all a little bit, you know, give y'all a little bit of information. Now, I want you to understand and understand. Look, in no way, form, or fashion am I saying I'm the most intelligent person in the world, but I am saying that I am intelligent. Y'all drop them hands up. Yeah, I'm saying that I am chosen by the Most High to come down here and enlighten the ones who've been asleep for a long time. That's big facts. The information that I'm about to get ready to give y'all, a lot of y'all don't know. And see, the reason you don't know that is because you have not been taught these things inside of your schools. That's big facts. You have not been taught these things inside of your schools. So therefore, a lot of people are going to come along, they're going to see the video and they're going to say, man, look, I don't want to hear that. But it's going to be a lot of people that's going to come along, the ones who've actually done the research, the ones who are actually intrigued by the same information, they're going to be able to come along and say, yeah, what he said is 100% facts. Okay? See, I don't really like to touch on religion because I truly believe that religion it's a sensitive subject for people who've been serving a certain religion for a long time. Okay? And see, I want you to know, the fact that it's a sensitive subject shows you how you've been indoctrinated, y'all, because it's a sensitive subject. You can't think on a broader scale when it comes to it. We got a little bit into the Genesis story. In a video that I shared, it was one of the goddesses, she was only actually talking about how the Most High created Adam and Eve, and then he created the soul, and then he spoke to the soul, so on and so forth. And I actually went in and I corrected her. I wanted her to understand, bro, that the biblical context that she was actually reading was bits and pieces of what actually came from the Sumerian tablets. I just wanted to enlighten her on that because we've been lied to, y'all, and it's time for us to start to think differently, because once you start to really understand who it is that you are and how powerful you are, then you're going to start to move in a different light. You're going to start to see things from a different perspective, and it's going to hit different. As long as you're still believing in a lie, you're not going to truly be able to move forward and evolve in a way that you're supposed to evolve from a spiritual standpoint, being the spiritual being that you are and being meant to experience things from the perspective in which you are supposed to experiencing them in this lifetime. Excuse me. Okay? So yes, that was a piece from the Samaritan doctrine, y'all. And it speaks of a time where these Anunnaki gods and goddesses came down here and created a new man specifically, y'all. And I want you to understand and understand, specifically for the purposes of getting these minerals that they need in order to reconstruct a golden dome over their plane of planet or whatever it was. It didn't specifically say whether it was going to be a golden dome or not, but it did say that they needed to replenish the dome, and they knew that gold would be a strong mineral to keep it going. Okay? So when we get into that biblical text, these beings also talk about coming from the 19th galaxy. Okay? Not the biblical text, but the doctrine. Okay? The ancient doctrine. Okay? They talk about coming from another galaxy, y'all. They talk about coming from the 19th galaxy. They talk about taking a trip. They talk about having 3 suns inside of that galaxy as well. Okay? See, this is what I mean. You have to understand, bro, that when you look at things on a wider scale of things, y'all, when you look at things outside of what it is that you've been taught, you start to realize that everything was all about controlling you. It was all about getting you to this point, all the way down to the fact that they paid millions of dollars to do social engineering on you, okay? To actually watch you, okay? To monitor you, to see how it is that you actually behave, okay? All of that added up for this point right here, even the biblical doctrine, y'all, because you are not given the truth. And so you have to understand that they already had a group of beings that they created who had become intelligent enough to become aware of who it is that they were and what it is that they had within themselves. And so they started to rise like, look, we not finna continuously work while y'all down here chilling and kicking, man. We ready to go to war for ours. And I'm just giving it to y'all in simple form. You feel me? And so with that being said, they had to come up with a conclusion. It was like, all right, we're going to go to war because we're doing something we ain't supposed to be doing anyway. We're creating a man that we should not be creating anyway. Now, it was a being that was staying here. It was already an ancient being that was staying here before these beings came along, okay? Make no mistake. So they used these beings and actually elevated that being to get to this point. But I'm just giving you the truth, okay? Because it's facts over feelings every time, y'all. You got to look, it's facts over feelings. Because you have to understand, bro, like, you're being taken away from yourself, which is more important. I keep telling y'all, ain't nobody closer to God than you, because you have the spirit of the Most High within yourself. So can't nobody be closer to him. So while you projecting yourself outside of yourself, trying to look for peace, harmony, and all of that, you need to be going within so that you can get in contact with God, because God is within you. And this is why when we dig into the biblical context, what does it say? Strong is he that is in you. But when you're being told a lie, you can't get to that point. Y'all drop them hands up like in the shirt. You cannot get to that point. Okay? Yeah, so when we dig into the biblical doctrine, they talk about them not wanting to go to war, so they found this other being that was living there, and they actually did what we would consider today to be a genetic modification and a cloning process. You see what I'm saying? In which a being by the name of Nietzsche, okay, or ISIS, or whoever it is you want to call it, because you have to understand these characters have several names that only, like, it's like me telling you something and then you telling it to somebody else and telling it to somebody else. By the time it gets to the person, to about the 10th person, it's going to be watered down. You see what I'm saying? And so or the name may have changed a little bit, the story may, you see what I'm saying? So this is how these things happen. As time elevate, people change, names change as well. You see what I'm saying? So Nietzsche, who was the sister of Enki and Ilya, and I keep telling y'all, when we get down to the biblical text and we get down to this good versus evil thing, you're actually dealing with this beef that's happening between two brothers, y'all. This is the truth. Look it up. You're actually dealing with a beef or a controversy that's taking place with these two brothers. Okay? And the story dwindles down right there from good, evil, God, bad, so on and so forth. Okay? But then when you get into that deity, but I keep telling you, when you're praising and you're worshiping from a biblical context, this is the story you're talking about. This original creation, when you get into Genesis, which means the gene of Isis or Nietzsche. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Genesis, gene of Isis, which does not mean the beginning, okay? Because when you dig down to the etymology of the word Genesis, it means the reconstruction or the replenishing of. Okay, so the only way you can reconstruct or replenish anything is if something was already there to begin with, right? Y'all drop them hands up like in the shirt, okay? Etymology is very important. Etymology is very, very, very important, especially when we're dealing with a specific word. When we're dealing with something that's talking about something directly, we have to dig into that word. Why? Because we know that the English language is a dead language, okay? It is derived of several languages, several Semitic languages, not just any language, several original languages. So you have to dig back into those original languages to see what they first meant. Y'all drop them hands up like in the shirt. I cannot tell you a lie, man. I come over here to change your perspective and give you the right knowledge. That's it. That's all. I cannot tell you a lie, so that you would stop looking without and go within and understand that you're the Christ that you're looking for. This ain't for everybody. This message is not for everybody. You are the Christ that you're looking for, because you have that spirit within you. And this is what, when we get into the story of Jesus, Yahshua, whatever it is that you want to call him, this is what it is that he was coming along to tell you when he said, you could do the things that I've done and more if only you believe. If you know that you can walk on water, right? Because you are the water, technically. You see what I'm saying? Because you are everything and everything is you. See, they told you that you are human, so you forgot that you was nature. You see what I'm saying? You're nature too. Before you were civilized, you were nature. You come from the planet. Many of us, okay, some of us don't come from the planet, some do. But I'm just giving you a prime example. You have to understand, bro, look, on a broader or wider perspective, you have to know that, look, this world is a vast world. Understand what I'm trying to tell you, okay? To me, I really truly believe that this plane of planet is always expanding. Yeah. Cause we haven't even gotten to the bottom of the ocean yet. Who's to say it is the bottom of the ocean? So for me, just in that direction alone, the plane of planet is always expanding, right? And then and me personally, I do truly believe that you can go past Antarctica. It's land way past Antarctica. And that may be where these elite people may stay, or who knows what's going on back there. It may be ancient ancestors, it may be blocked off, who knows? I'm just saying. But in my thought process that plane of planet in that direction, and all four directions are constantly expanding. The universe is within here. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? And now it's ways that we can get in and out, but we can get deeper. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, we have to stop. Look, the time is out for y'all to come on here and criticize people because of their thought processes in terms of what it is that they believe. It's cool to sit down and have a conversation with them and see where it is that they get their thought process from to begin with, so that you can better understand and understand. And if you disagree, then hey, it's cool for y'all to disagree. To agree to disagree. That's okay. You see what I'm saying? That's how you do it like adults. You move on and say, hey, it's cool. See, my thought process is different from yours. We don't have to throw stones at each other. We don't have to not like each other or anything. But I'm just saying, when you get back into the context of the word, you're actually going back into the ancient story of two brothers, we do talk about a heavenly father, which would have been the Most High, right? Which would have been, Anu, which they would consider to be Anu, which we know he was not who you would consider to be the God, because guess what? We don't even know if who you consider to be God is really God. Now, what do I mean by that? You just saying God, God, God. We don't know if the name is God. Men that's done that. We gave everything a name. But we do know that these beings, that these ancient people considered to be gods when they came along, they were further along. They had the spirit of God in them. Okay? They had that energy in them, and that hit different. Okay? So what do I mean by that? Everything has the spirit of the Most High in it. Everything around us. You, me, everything, because we look, when we get into the divine law of oneness, we understand that everything is interconnected to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Everything is connected. So we talk about these two brothers, okay? And we talk about these beings that were created, okay? Like I said, they had no permission to do what it is that they were doing. They had permission to come along because it was a series of events that took place before these beings actually took off, okay? And before who they would consider to be the Most High, Anu, actually took off and went back to the mothership, which would be Nibiru, because Nibiru is actually a mothership. It's not a plane of planet. I keep telling y'all, well, it's a planet. Let me take that back. Nibiru, Planet X, whatever it is that you want to call it. And everything I'm saying, feel free to go Google it, look it up, or whatever you want to do. Look it up, okay? But Nibiru, which is a dwarf star, okay? It's a dwarf star. Matter of fact, it's a red dwarf star, and it's a binary twin to our sun. Okay, like I said, it's the binary twin to our sun, and they've admitted that Planet X, which is a binary twin to our sun, this is their words, not mine, y'all, which floats like an egg shape opposite of ours, which comes past how long? It says every 3,600 years. This is their words. They're telling you that they don't know if it exists or not, but they do, because we have insiders from the Vatican who stepped, like Pope Malachi. He came along and said what? They know what's going on, and they've been studying since the year 2009, since it's been in the Pisces star constellation. So they know these things exist. Excuse me. But see, I keep telling y'all, man, it was all about the indoctrination of you. They had to get you to this point. And see, you're still being indoctrinated. You think it's for any reason that your children get up and go to school? You had to go to school yourself 15 years of your life. That's 15 years of indoctrination. You got it repetitively and done the same thing over and over every day. Every day. They trained you to get up and be repetitious, to get up, go to school, get up, go to school, eat, do homework, go to bed, get up, go to school, maybe have a little fun in between. But y'all get the gist of things. Religion also is part of that, because guess what? Look, the realest thing I'm gonna ever tell you right now is that you are a spiritual being. It's something that's within you that allows you to see things from a certain perspective, family. Okay? Yeah, see, the purpose of you being here to see if you, from a spiritual standpoint, to see if your spirit can outweigh the flesh, to conquer the flesh, which is the flesh. What is the flesh? Your emotions, right? Because your flesh is based on emotions. And so therefore, you've been trained all around that everything that you do, all the way down to the holidays that you serve, so on and so forth, it's all based off of your emotions. Let's get them to the stove. Let's play the Christmas music to get them in the spirit, right? Because they know music holds a certain frequency, y'all. Okay? And this is why when we get down to the digital drum and things like that, they do it at an unnatural hertz, right? Which is 400, what? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 440 hertz. Which is an unnatural beat. They know what it does to the body. They know how it causes your chakra system to become unaligned, right? They know how it allows the words, these demonic words that they're talking about. When you got these drill rappers, look, talking about what? What are the drill rappers saying? Hey, look, kill, kill, murder, murder. Then you got the dope boys saying sell drugs, so on and so forth. Then you got the women saying be promiscuous. It's okay. And so they're doing this from a strategic standpoint. And how do we know that they're doing this? Because we heard somebody that was an industry insider. Okay. What was his name? Crazy Bone, which we finna get ready to do a video on him, y'all. On Crazy Bone, on how Crazy Bone was actually, it's a video coming. I don't even want to spoil it, y'all. But yeah, we know that they strategically took music that will raise you up because they know that music is a more effective way to teach than any other thing. So they took music away, the conscious side of music that's going to elevate you like UNITY, that's going to promote love, so on and so forth, that's going to promote education, things like, that's going to promote you to be, they took that away from you and gave you the murder, murder, kill, kill, steal, steal, so on and so forth, because, the music industry is directly connected to the jails. They feed one another. It's a system. It's a rat race. Understand what I'm trying to tell y'all, man? Y'all better wake up. And look, if we gonna talk about truth, y'all, and things like that, we have to talk about religion too. And it's going to get sensitive because you have to understand you are on a journey. That is one of the hindrance from you. And I want y'all to know, I'm not telling you not to do what you do, but I'm just telling you that you need to allow yourself to be the spirit that you are first. Yeah. So that you can experience the things that you were supposed to experience. We look at all of this around us, right? When I talk about all of this around us, we talk about buildings. We talk about the luxury of living in a home. We talk about the luxury of actually, having a car to get around, bro. And we take all of these things and we say, this is life. This is how life should be. But our ancestors didn't have it this way. And they didn't have it that way because they didn't want it that way. They didn't have it that way because they understood how just not having shoes on their feet actually connected them to the plane of planet because they knew that they were electrical beings. They knew that the soul that in the spirit that we carry within us is electromagnetic energy. They know that. You see what I'm saying? They know that source is kept by this electromagnetic field that covers this planet that they tell you is a dome. They knew that. They know that is the source. That holds a major source. Because this is the light world that we live in. Everything around you is only seen through the light. They knew all this, right? But I'm just saying, so they knew how important it was to actually walk on the grass, y'all, barefooted. They knew that and look, now they just now finding out. They just now telling you this. Scientists is just now telling you this, that walking on the ground and connecting to the earth will heal you. It can heal you, has many healing properties. You see what I'm saying? Man said, one of the doctors, I can't remember his name, y'all. He was saying how, I was watching the video, how he was saying basically that he had a whole, his body was aching and things like that. He didn't know why his body was aching. He couldn't sleep through the night. So what he did was he did a test. He ran a wire and grounded himself to the planet outside, ran it through his room window, and then connected to him, kind of like what they would do in the hospital if they was giving you like an EKG or something. He did that, y'all, and he slept good. He did that for a while. He woke up, his body wasn't hurting or anything. See, they knew that we were supposed to be land on the planet because we are nature. We nature. Yes, trees are sacred. Everything is sacred about this planet, y'all. Everything. But I'm just saying, getting back to The truth hurts, but it heals. That's how you heal yourself, man. And that's going to hurt from every perspective, y'all, when we get down to it. Because a lot of people ain't going to like what's being said. You know what I'm saying? Because they was rooted in something. They believe something, bro. It's a lot of people that's finna get ready to transition, y'all, and they're afraid that if they not believing the way that they've been told that they were supposed to believe these last 80 to 90 years, y'all, they ain't going to make it into the gates of heaven. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Y'all drop it up. Y'all like it up and share it for me, man. Drop them names, bro. It's a lot of people who truly believe that, y'all. You know? They've been indoctrinating them to believe, like, look, you have to understand, bro. I want you to know, bro, even when we get into the biblical context, what does it say? It say, the Most High has not given you a spirit of fear, but one of love, power, and sound mind. I keep telling you, anytime there's fear involved, anytime there's no love involved, and anytime that you feel like your mind is chaotic in some way, form, or fashion, bro, that is not the spirit of the Most High. That is the spirit of the devil, of Hallel. You have to understand that. Of that energy that comes. And I want you to make no mistake, these spiritual beings that you're talking about, they all exist on a way higher plane than you. On a way higher plane than you. You see what I'm saying? But because I keep telling you, yeah, it's a lot of truth. I ain't telling you you're going to take your Bible and throw it away. It's truth in that, but you have to decipher that too. Because the people that's above you, that's in a higher place, they want to get you, they want you to think a certain way. So they had to move a lot of things around and put certain things in. Now you seeing the Pope come along and say, hell ain't real, man. I told y'all, man, this is before I even shared the video, right, about Pope Francis saying the hell was not real, right? He said it was a state of mind, it's a state of consciousness. This is exactly what he said. You create your heaven and your hell. Because, see, they know that you're a conscious being. They know that you're a light being. See, the only difference between you and the light switch that you cut on, y'all, and I say this all the time, is that you are a conscious light being. Okay? Therefore, when you transition, you carry that information with y'all. And I got a video coming up tomorrow. I want y'all to make sure y'all catch that. It's going to be early in the rising, y'all. It's going to be talking about how you just don't transition in one day. You're just not, like, if something happens to you today, it takes a while for you to transition because of these 5 piranhas that you have in you. The 5 piranhas that you have, they have to take, which are breaths, y'all. Because you have to understand, when we get into spirituality anyway, it's all about breath, because breath is the spirit. I keep telling you that. The wind is blowing back right now. That's spirit. They teach you this in biblical context, but they don't get all the way down to the nitty gritty of it. That's etheric energy you coming through. And so this is how we know that spirit actually exists, because the wind blows and you can feel it, but you can't see it, right? Yeah. The wind blows, you can feel it, but you can't see it. So therefore we know that things exist, because even that wind is an entity. I keep telling you, that's the etheric. When we get down to the 5th element, which they took off the elemental chart, which is ether, okay? And it's a quintessential, y'all, meaning it's a necessary element. It's a necessary element for any other element to exist, for fire to exist, for water to exist, for this plane of planet to exist, for you to exist. Okay? I got a lot of stuff I ain't really got into that we're going to talk about over on the YouTube channel. Okay? Which we're going to get into ether being a quintessential element that they took off of the chart. But yeah, it's the spirit. That's the spirit that's coming past. So that's why I'm telling y'all, like, that's breath. That's the breath. Your breath that's you. Your spirit is the breath that you have within you to be able. And so that's the life force energy. That's the chi. That's the part of your energy that's within you. And it takes a process in order for that to move on. So you thinking your loved one has transitioned the whole time, they still there, because that first breath has left. The second one ain't left. The second prion ain't left. The third one ain't left. It takes time for those to actually leave for you to be fully transitioned. And so that video that's going to be coming up in the rise is going to definitely be talking about why it is that you shouldn't be carrying around clothes of the deceased. If your family member passes on, you should burn all of their clothes, like their socks, their drawers, so on and so forth. You need to burn those things so that they won't be stuck here, so that they won't stay. Okay? But yeah, I want y'all, it's deeper than that. It get deeper than that. So yeah, when we talk about the creation, it does get deeper. It does get deeper. See, the reason that these beings were looked at the way that they were looked at, y'all, is because they were ahead. They were further ahead than you were. They actually did create them, whether you want to believe it or not, through genetic manipulation. And then what made you connected? Not everybody, some beings connected to these Anunnaki gods and goddesses that came down here. So I want you to know, everybody that's black is not a part of their bloodline, y'all. Okay? Because you had to have been in what they want you to know, think is the Garden of Eden, which is where the creation took place. You see what I'm saying? And you had to have come directly from the bloodline of Niti. Okay? So coming through her womb, you see what I'm saying? Because she carried Adam for 10 months before he was actually manifest or made creation. You feel me? So that's how you get the spirit. That's how you get the spirit in your connection to source, because you come directly from something. But see, it get a little deeper because we go further in history today, because I just keep telling y'all, I keep telling you guys that, it was already a species here that was already evolving. Okay. And so this is why I tell y'all, they didn't get permission to do what they did. They just did it because they said that they was going to get in trouble for doing what they did. They knew that they weren't supposed to do it because they caused the evolution process on this plane of planet to move faster than what it should have. Okay. And see, you have to understand that goes against the process that's set in play when we get into the Netaru. Okay. Who are the cosmic energies. When we get back into the etherical energies and things like that, we talk about these light beings that were here on this plane of planet way before any physical being were here. Because before you were here, you were light. Okay. And when you leave, you will go back. You see what I'm saying? This is why when one of the disciples asked Jesus, he said, man, yo, where was I before I came here? He said, man, before you came here, you were amongst the stars dancing with your fathers. And it get a little deeper because we get into the portals and stuff is up there, but it get a little deeper. But yeah, these etherical beings, it went against what it is that they set in place, the Nataru, or who were considered to be these cosmic deities, these divine cosmic deities who govern the way life is created on this plane of planet. I keep telling you, when you go back deep past that, these beings came down here, and when you were created, the etherical gods, y'all came out of the water onto the land, right? And then they manifested themselves into a reality until you were made manifest a man, to ensure that your development along with the sun, okay? And see, this is why when we get into the word sun, when we get into the etymology word of the word sun, okay, which has a Latin root word that means soul. It means the inner soul. So your soul is actually your inner sun, and it's the center to your universe. I'm telling y'all, like, it get real deep, y'all. So, like, I feel like we at a time in our lives, man, that, we got to start waking up, y'all. We can't be falling for the folly no more. No. Like, it's really, really time out for us to be continuously falling for the folly. Okay? And anybody, look, if you think this devil worship and things like, it's not for you, because it's not that. I'm telling you that right now we are in a time where information is easily accessible. This is the age of Aquarius, y'all. Okay? The age of the awakening. This is why this information is getting out here the way that it is. This is why so much is coming to the light. Now, I want you to know that does not mean that this information has not already been here. It was here. You just didn't care about it because it wasn't time for you to care about it. Yeah. And I want y'all to know, we are in Revelation, y'all. We are in Revelation. Make no mistake. We are living in the last days, and the spiritual warfare is heavier than what it's ever been. Okay? The word revelation means to reveal. This is the time of the revealing. Everybody is the enemy of you, of somebody that's divinely connected to the Most High, is going to be revealed. This is the time, y'all. Because whether you want to believe it or not, man, it's a spiritual warfare that's happening in the spiritual world that's manifesting already around you. This is why we see so many people in positions to where they feel like they're being targeted by their family and things like that. Yeah. And what does it say in the biblical context? What does it say in the biblical context? It says in times like this, you feel me? It's going to get chaotic, bro. It's going to be family against family. Murders is going to be crazy. Things like that. Are we not seeing these type of things? I mean, are we not seeing how the moon is out? The moon will be out, I want to say 24 hours a day for 7 days in a row, y'all. Sometimes 2. Can we not tell the times that we are in? You got all type of shit going on in Miami. Like, come on, y'all. Can we not tell the time that we are in? Things are starting to elevate, y'all. It's people who are saying they're seeing spirits manifest in front of them, y'all. They're inhabiting the vessels of all of their loved ones, y'all. They seeing them. It's a whole new type of people seeing 2 moons, 3 suns. Like, come on, y'all. Like, come on. How can we not see? I'm talking about wildfires everywhere. Like, how can we not see? Yeah, we're living in the end time, y'all, but I want you to know it's not going to be the way that they described it, y'all. See, they're describing what's going to happen. There's going to be volcanoes. It's going to be hurricanes. It's going to be tidal waves. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be like a cosmic shower when we talk about meteorite showers and things like that. All of that's going to take place. All of that is in the it's happening right now in front of your eyes. You don't even know it. This is why the Mississippi River's dried up, right? All of this is taking place in front of your eyes and you don't even know it. Because you busy, you working, you trying to take care of your family. I ain't got time to be worried about if the Mississippi River's dried up. But these all the signs that they told you was going to happen when we was in the end time, right? But see, I want y'all to know, it's because of what they tell you. They saying that the Son of God is coming back, and it is. Okay, and that's that binary sun that I'm telling y'all about, that orbits every 3,600 years to every 3,800 years that they call Planet X, or some call Planet Nibiru. It's coming back around, y'all, and it's causing a major effect on this planet. Yeah, it's causing what they want you to believe is what do they call it, y'all? Global warming? Yeah, they want, but no, that's that, because the closer it comes to our planet, it's going to cause that sun to become more activated. Therefore, the CMEs on the sun, the coronal mass ejections on that sun, is going to be crazy, right? Which they have been. Y'all. They've been crazy. You see what I'm saying? And look, you have to know, like I told y'all, when we get into the magnosphere, okay, the magnetic field that's supposed to keep these solar flares from coming in is already gone. It's already gone. They know that. This is why they're talking about 30 days of darkness and things like that, because they know when the solar flare comes to a point, to a head, what's going to happen is it's going to cause the grid to go out. 30 days of darkness, bro. 30 days of darkness ain't the word. We talking about a whole reset. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? That's not the word. You feel me? But they know. Okay? And see, like I told y'all, the closer that they get to the sun, they're going to have to come in contact with what is known as astronomical units. These are like, it's an ice cloud, okay? It's called Oort clouds, excuse me. I say astronomical units, I apologize. They're going to have to come in contact with these Oort clouds that sit about 50 to 500 astronomical units away from the sun, okay? And so what it's going to do is, it's going to cause those ice clouds or Oort clouds to become momentarily disrupted to the point of where it's going to cause a meteorite shower. Yeah. And it's going to go back. The planet is going to go back to that in which it was before you came along. A lot of people going to survive. Some ain't. I'm just telling you, it get deep, y'all. And look, the closer it get, you're going to start to see more things take place. And that's just the gist of it. Like I say, when we get into, Pope Malachi and what he was speaking about, he was saying that, they said that when this plane of planet comes across, it's going to look like a red cross coming through the sky. And that's going to be because of the wings that they tell you about, that they describe in biblical context. This is what they're describing about when they talk about this dragon that's going to come back through, that you're going to see, that's going to have wings and a tail. That's because of this plane of planet is pulling things with it. I told y'all, when we get into like it has a gravitational pull. Let's just say that. It has a gravitational pull. So as it comes along, it's like almost cleaning up the atmosphere, sucking everything with it. Okay? And if you believe, or you get into what you know when it comes into Zulu or ancient history, what did the Zulu tribe say? That moon was never here. It was drugged into this atmosphere. And when it was drugged into this atmosphere, what did it do? Huh? It caused the planet to tilt on its axles. Okay? So when this comes through, it's going to cause it to tilt back on its axles, right? And which is what you're going to get. That's when you get the mudslides. That's what you get. That's when you get the volcanoes, the hurricanes, so on and so forth. That's when you get all that. Yeah, it get real, y'all. So all I have to say is that, man, we got to get out of that, bro. We can't be thinking the way that we was thinking, y'all. Well, let's just say this. We can't think the way that our grandparents want you to believe that they thought, because unbeknownst to you, they even thought different. They had little practices that they did behind the scene, okay? But that's a whole nother subject. That's when we get into what would be known as religious cults and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because whether you want to believe it or not, I wouldn't say your local neighborhood, but a lot of these, especially when we get onto the larger scale of churches and things like that, I can guarantee you they partaking into some type of religious cults. TD Jakes, whatever you want to call them, whoever you call them big names, bro. I can guarantee you in some way, form, or fashion, they're partaking in some religious cult. Yeah, behind the scenes. And so, yeah, but I mean, not to say it's a bad thing. I wouldn't even say it's a bad thing, to be honest. It'll be what you would be considered to be a religious cult. Okay? Say the red horse. Yeah, it get deep though, y'all. That's why I say so. I say the truth hurts, but the truth heals, man. As long as that truth that you getting begins to heal you, bro, and, make you start to look within, because it's time for us to stop looking without, y'all. Ain't nobody coming to save you but you. It's time for you to wake up and realize that you have to save you because you are the God that you're looking for, and that is because stronger is He that is within you. So that God that you're looking for is in you. This is why I say, bro, ain't nobody closer to the Most High than you because you have the Most High within you. Say, are you calling the Bible a lie? Look, who said that? Look, what I just say, Lashi, yeah, it's been altered. It has been altered, okay? I'm saying that the stories that you get in the Bible, okay, are altered stories of ancient doctrines. It's bits and pieces of that. Look, you getting bits and pieces of the truth when you read the Bible, okay? I'm trying to tell you that, and I always use Genesis as an example because when we get into the etymology of the word Genesis, it tells you that it is a reconstruction. The word Genesis means to reconstruct or to replenish. Okay? That's what Genesis means. You feel what I'm saying? And this is just hard facts, y'all. See, this is for the people who go beyond church. When you get into the etymology of word, I keep telling y'all, wordplay is everything. Your whole system is set up on wordplay. It's set up on the heka. That's word magic. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, because they know that your words are spells. They know that you manifest with your words. This is why the Bible tells you what? With your words, you speak life and you speak death. Okay? You see? So when we get down to Genesis, the word Genesis from the etymology, it's etymology, the root word of Genesis, okay? In layman terms, the root word of Genesis means to reconstruct or to replenish. So what were they reconstructing and what were they replenishing? The gene of Isis. Neti, because I told you, if you were here from the beginning, I said these deities have several names. It's been altered. This is why you never get a full story. And this is why you don't understand, but I understand, and everybody else who has dug past the Bible, why it is that Cain could have been kicked out of the Garden of Eden and then go on to find a wife. Yeah. That's why we understand that, y'all. You feel me? Dwayne. And look, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. Look, I'm not giving you information to make you change your perspective in terms of the way you worship. No, I'm not. That's up for you to, decide. It ain't for me or nobody else because, like I said, you are a spiritual being going on your own journey, okay? You're going on your own journey, so you have to learn yourself. I can give you the way, show you something, but you have to learn yourself. Everything I'm saying, I told y'all, go research it, man. Just look into it. The further you dig in the history, man, especially when you get into the Samaritan text. And a lot of people going to say, why are we referencing the Samaritan text? Well, we're referencing the Samaritan text because the Samaritan text is, well, the Sumerians, period, y'all, that's where civilization first began, okay? When we talk about technology and things like that, this is where your first writing system came from. This is where you were first taught to farm, okay? This is where you were first taught to do any form of surgery because whether you believe it or not, they were already doing these type of things. When you look on the hieroglyphs, they already look like they had watches and things like that on, okay? So this is why we dig into the Samaritan text because everything as you know it today began there. Even the writing text, okay? That's why we reference that. Ain't no other place to reference. We can go back to the Epic of Gilgamesh and they get further into some of the things that you thought that you knew in the story. Everything has been altered because first of all, you have to realize, bro, that this planet has been invaded, man. Make no mistake. It's been invaded, y'all. Okay. I want you to know that it's some people here, right? That can't leave. Okay. And so they have to keep your energy here. This is why you continuously being recycled. Okay. This is why as soon as you leave here, boom, they got something up there to catch you. Then you come back, then look. Every so often you get spit right back down here so that they can keep this reality moving. They already have a system set in place for you. When you come out, you're going to Google Gaga. They're going to put the latest motherfucking technology in front of you, whether that be a TV, a phone, whatever the case may be. You're going to learn from that all the way up until you get to the age of about 3 or 5. Then you're going to start to go to their schools or what I would call their indoctrination system so that they can teach you how to think the way they want you to think, to talk the way they want you to talk, to learn what they want you to learn from a history standpoint, okay, and to live life from the perspective, they're programming you to live in this reality. Okay. That's what that is, to prepare you to work, to make somebody else rich, somebody family land that's been here. And when we get deep into technology, who they've already found out how to take the conscience out of and put into somebody else. So guess what? They've been living. They ain't even left. They just done body hopped. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is what I'm telling you. It's a system. Somebody can't leave here, y'all. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Latrice Williams say, they left out the book of Enoch in the Bible on purpose. Yeah. Cause the book of Enoch, bro, look, this is what I'm trying to say. See, the book of Enoch will have you thinking like, well, dang, it was other extraterrestrial beings here. Very powerful, man. These motherfuckers had what they was doing, huh? You feel me? So now look, then you gonna start to know, you ain't gonna believe, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna know that you're powerful than who it is that you think you are. You see what I'm saying? It's more beings on this plane of the planet than you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to, you know, spark a light in you. That's all I'm trying to do is spark a light in you and start to get you to realize, like, man, look, the truth hurts but it heals, man. I'm hoping that the video that I put out hurt you so much that you decided to dig into this information yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that, you know, in turn, as far as you go in terms of looking into the information, that you get further than I did or anybody else get. You know what I'm saying? And that when you get that information, you come out and you speak on it further in detail. I'm hoping that you do that. That's how hurt I want you to be. You know what I'm saying? Because when you heal and you get that information that you seek, then you're going to be able to go on and pass that on. You're going to be able to pass that information on. I'm talking about from the right side of things. You're going to be able to go on and give people the right knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Dwayne Tate said because it talks about the flood. Yeah. And I keep telling y'all, man, even when we talk about the flood, y'all, I keep telling y'all the flood happened from this moon that was dragged into this atmosphere. Okay? It happened from the moon. I told you when it tilted on its axles, it caused the rain or the drain or the what would be like a mist. Cause you have to, like I told y'all before we got to the state that we are in right now, when you talk about seasons, it was no such things as seasons before the moon came into the atmosphere. Okay? The moon caused seasons because it caused it to tilt on its axles, which caused that mist. It was just rain out here, y'all. It was, these ain't trees that you see. Like, if you want to see a real tree, go to California, go to the Sequoia Park. You're going to see a real tree. And you know, them trees was fit for the people that was around because when you dig further into history, you see that it was actual giants that did exist. You see what I'm saying? Y'all pound that like button up and share it. It was actual giants that really exist. So if you want to see a real tree, go to California, go to the Sequoia Park. You're going to see a real tree. These like bushes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say been there. Julie Ramos say she been there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, bro, like, you know, it's just, man, like, it talks about, you know, how these, like, you know, we get into, like, especially when we get into, you know, the Zulu tribe and what they talk about how, you know, they never seen the moon. They had never seen the moon. They never known a woman to even be on her period, y'all, until the moon came into play. Redwood trees, verns, you're right, Latrice Williams, that's what it was. It was redwood trees, verns, everything here. Before, you know, that moon came in. Now, when that moon came in, it caused the planet to tilt on its axis, caused all that drizzle to come down, which what caused what they tell you from the biblical context, that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That's the truth. That's the truth, y'all. See, you have to understand, I keep telling y'all, man, like, they got you believing in something that ain't, you know. Somebody say Cave and Rock, Illinois had big trees. They did, Levante Burke, but they ain't had no sequoias out there. They ain't had no, I'm talking about them sequoias, man, so big, bro, like, it don't make no sense. But yeah, y'all, like, you know, this is what I mean, like, when you awake, man, you have to look. The hardest thing is going to be for people to let go is, I feel like, is the aspect of religion. The thought process of it all. You know what I'm saying? It's truth in there, but ultimately, you know, you have to realize religion divides in some way, form, or fashion. That's my opinion. And the only reason I say that is because, you know, a lot of people get caught up in the concept of religion and the ideology of it all. You know what I'm saying? So they get caught up in what it is they believe in and the foundations that their religion rely on, to the point of where they start to have disregard for the other religion. You know what I'm saying? And the aspects that brought in terms of spirituality. It's my opinion that, you know, every religion has something in it that holds some form of value when it comes to your spiritual walk. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I don't personally associate with it. I did at one point. I don't associate myself with it anymore because I feel like, you know, it separates me from the knowledge that I could have because I was raised to think a certain way. And because I was raised to think that way, I didn't learn the information that I needed to learn from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get into, let's just take the Quran for instance, right? The Quran teaches about jinns and things like that. You know what I'm saying? The Bible doesn't talk to you about jinns. You feel me? A genie. So therefore, you wouldn't even learn the information. You wouldn't even be familiar with what a jinn or a genie is. You know what I'm saying? And these things really do exist, y'all. They manifest themselves. A lot of people I've been seeing these jinns or genies lately manifest through people. I told y'all the frequency rising. But yeah, you know, so somebody say redo again, Legion, Demon, the Bible. Yeah, but I'm, you know, in general, like, you know, I just say, y'all, like, you won't learn the things you learn because you've associated yourself with a certain group. And by doing so, you've already limited yourself to a certain amount of information, you know, because you're limiting yourself mentally. You know what I'm saying? Your mental is everything because this is the mental realm that we live in, and everything that we experience, we're experiencing it from a mental standpoint, right? So therefore, you know, once you start to limit your mental state, everything else is going to follow. You ain't going to want to do, once you limit your mind, that's as far as you're going to go. Your mind is going to take you the distance. That's what's going to take you far and beyond. It's going to be your mind, your mentality, your thought process, the way you move. That's what's going to be, you know. I got somebody tapping into my phone, y'all, because I see it's going light, then it's going dark. But yeah, though, that's what's going to get you far. So, you know, I feel like we at a point right now, y'all, where we just got to walk away from that, y'all. We got to start thinking differently, man. And I ain't rushing nobody to do that because, you know, everybody having appointed time for these type of things to happen. And that's just facts. You know, some people had to be rushed into it because they down here to specifically do something. You know, these earth angels, they down here to really, you know, and this is why, you know, I truly believe when we get into biblical context, why it is that the Bible says, be careful who it is, who you entertain. You know, be careful who you entertain because some people could be a hidden angel, man. You know, I feel like that was a literal statement, y'all. That was a literal statement because there's a lot of earth angels walking around here. You don't know who an earth angel. You know what I'm saying? And you coming at them with some type of static, some type of disdain. And look, whole time, you know, they were sent to be a blessing in your life in some way, form, or fashion, or a test. You see what I'm saying? The Most High, your spiritual team was testing you in some way, form, or fashion to see how you will react. You know, if they gave you what you prayed for, one, okay, or gave you a responsibility in some way, form, or fashion to take care of. You know, you being tested right now. How you gonna handle this situation? And this situation that I'm putting in front of you is gonna determine the outcome of your situation. Because I got this blessing sitting on here. But guess what? If you can't handle this situation righteously, then I ain't gonna be able to rock with you. I ain't gonna be able to rock with you. Say they want you to think they destroyed books, but they didn't. They all, oh yeah, they most definitely at the Vatican. Say because, yeah, they most definitely at the Vatican, y'all. Let's be for real. We know, like, come on. It's way more information out here, but see, you don't have to have no information. All you got to do is go within yourself and start to connect with the plane, the planet. I guarantee you, bro, you just gonna start getting downloads. Mother Gaia and the spirit world, they're gonna start talking to you. They're gonna start giving you information, y'all. Because I keep telling you, spirit exists just like the wind blows and you can feel it. Bro, it's here. So it's spirit around me right now, bro. This land that I'm on right now holds history. The land that you own holds history. It was some war. Some people transitioned. Some people had value to that land. Okay? And I can guarantee you it's spirits that's inhabiting us right now. Just because you can't see it don't mean it doesn't exist. It just exists on a higher plane. See, Londa will say you start dreaming about things. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, all that's gonna start to take place. All you gotta do is start connecting. That's all you got to do. This is why you was taken away from that. Y'all don't believe all that other shit, bro. They know who you are, bro. And once you start to, first of all, become aware that, you know, you are asleep right now. Whether you want to believe it, you're asleep. Everything that look, everything that's happening right now is happening in your head, bro. This is a mental thing that's happening, right? But you're asleep to the fact of that, you know, you don't even know that everything that's happening right now is mentally happening. Even this conversation, you being right here, right now with me, is happening first here. It's happening here, you know? And that's why everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. There's nothing in this world that you have done, nowhere you're going, or nowhere you're going to go in the near future that's not going to first begin with a thought, because you're going to say to yourself, man, I want to go to California. And then you're going to actually start to put the steps in that's necessary in order to get to California. Everything you do henceforth is going to first start with a thought. Okay, well, what do I need to do? Okay, I thought what it was that I needed to do. I thought that initial thought. You see what I'm saying? And so then I got to go get a car. I thought that I needed a car. I thought that I was going to have X amount of gas money, X amount of money saved up, so on and so forth. I thought these things first. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, everything comes from a thought, man. So, you know, say they so far into there, it's going to back. Say they so far into it, there is no going back. That's why they reset our minds. Yeah, that's big facts, y'all. But it's just like, I want y'all to know, man, like, it's people over here that really, really value their assets to the point of where they don't want to lose it. They done built up all these millions, y'all. Like, not just them, but generations before them have put in work to get to this point to where they can transfer your consciousness into another person's mind, so that you can, in your mind, live forever, which you live forever anyway. You know, you don't transition, because you're made, some of us are made of dual natures. We're made 2-part natures, and some of us are made of 3-part natures. You see what I'm saying? We have flesh, we have the spirit of life, and we have the soul that comes from, you know, the solar system. You see what I'm saying? Within us, from the sun, because we know we get this etymology word, you know, but I'm just saying, in general, you know, we know that we never die. We die physically, yes. You know, our time expires over here, and it gets deep when you even get into that, because I keep telling y'all there's magic involved with that. You know, we've been taught to, oh, it's my birthday. I'm 36. I'm 37. I'm finna be over this candle. Go give me a cake. You've been taught to do these things, and you don't even know that you're causing yourself to age. You causing yourself to age every time you light a candle and you get over and you chant it, because what is that? It's magic. You know what I'm saying? And we do these things unbeknownst to ourselves, man. And so, you know, I keep telling y'all, man, you're not supposed to transition. It sounds crazy what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all drop them hands up and like it, y'all. I know what I'm saying to y'all right now sounds crazy, but this is the honest to God truth, y'all. Pound that like button up and show me. You're not supposed to transition. You were not built to transition in this physical form. When we get into like these interterrestrials that exist in Angarta, okay, and when you get into the etymology of the word Angarta, the root word of Angarta, which means the inner city or the inner hole, through the hole, these beings that live through the hole, that live in the inner city, bro, they believe that death is a disease, okay? They say that you're not supposed to transition. They've conquered that already. Therefore, they don't transition, okay? They know that you ain't supposed to transition. You have to understand that it's multiple things that's taking place that's causing you to transition in your life. One, the food you eat, the water you drink, the deodorant that you use, the food that you cook. I mean, the grease that you cook in. Like, all of these things are playing major roles. The stuff you wash your clothes in, the clothes that you put on your back, all of these things are playing a major role in terms of your transitioning. And when you do catch on and you live to be 120, 130, bro, your soul still ain't ready to exit the body, because your vessel was supposed to have been taken care of, because your vessel is what is temple to what's actually is a temple to what is actually holy within you. Your vessel is a temple. And this is why they say, bro, you need to take care of your vessel, meaning you need to make sure that you're putting the right things in it. You shouldn't be, you know, you should be having a certain diet and things like this, because your vessel, and it's proof, because I just told you I watched this 77-year-old lady, right? Goddess, elder goddess, right? She was talking about how, she looked at about 33, y'all, and she was talking about how she did that was because she removed all of these refined sugars and things from out of her diet, and she started to eat more of a frutivoid diet and things like that. And she remained youthful. She kept her youth, probably with some other, you know, practices alone, but I'm just saying, in general, you're not meant to transition. Okay? So if you do make it to something like her to where you about 120, you still real active, moving around and doing what you need to do, they knock you off themselves, y'all. Believe what I'm trying to tell you. You end up, like I say, going to the hospital for a cold or something and never making it out. All facts, no cap. That's just that's how the dice roll when you can't fade them. And I keep telling y'all, man, 9 times out of 10, your people already know. They already know this finna get ready to happen. Cause when we, like, and you can look all this up, look up the death committee and all of that stuff. Everything that I'm saying is valid, y'all. All you have to do is do the research. When you go into these hospitals, they decide whether you live or you transition. Your family already know. They probably done talk to them about it and everything, y'all. And they giving you your last goodbyes, y'all. See, and look, we talk about people like Dick Gregory that went in for pneumonia and things like that, bro, and never made it out. It was an initial code. We talk about other people who have actually went into and went in, bro, and they transitioned in some way, form, or fact. If you don't think people knew about this ahead of time, you're crazy, man. You're crazy. You see what I'm saying? You're not meant to transition, man. Now, if something sporadic happens to the point of where your soul is basically what is known is ejected, then you eject yourself out of it. So let's just say a car accident happens or something like that, or you get shot. Now, you're ejected out then into the atmosphere, like, okay, bam, now. And in this state, you don't even know you transition half the time because it happens so fast. You see what I'm saying? But that's probably one of the only ways. Other than that, everything that's happening to you that's causing you to transition, that's causing you to fade away, is being done to you via the food, via the air you breathe, via the... And how do we know this, y'all? Because I don't care what nobody say, y'all. The only way you can become sick is through the consumption. The consumption of something. Now, there's only 3 major ways that you can consume something. One is going to be breath. 2 is going to be the skin. Why? Because your skin is the living largest organism on your body. So you can rub something on you via lotion, via soap, via oil, whatever it is that you're rubbing on you. Your skin, the pores in your skin actually absorbs that and allows that to go inside of your blood. You see what I'm saying? And so you can breathe it in, or you can eat it or drink it, right? But whether you eat it or drink it is all a form of consumption, right? It's the only way. And these are the ways that you're going to become sick. You see what I'm saying? So guess what? When your body is transitioning, that's a form of sickness. Your body is slowly dying. It's slowly dying. Every day it's transitioning. This is why you go up and then you go back down. You're transitioning. And that is not happening naturally. That's not happening naturally, y'all. You're being assisted in that. Okay? You being assisted. Haiti Williams say, the movie I See Dead People got me, he didn't know he was dead. You see what I'm saying? Like these real interactions, y'all. Or real scenarios. But yeah, y'all, like, I keep telling y'all, man, the time is now for us to start to wake up and just see things from a different perspective, y'all. And like I say, I have no issue with anybody, y'all, when it comes to their religious preference. But I just wanted to break that video down and tell people what it really is, y'all. You know, and even though it caused a lot of controversy, I'm hoping that it opened the eyes of the people, man, so that they would start to do the research and get the truth, so that they can get real knowledge, right knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And start to understand, y'all. You've been misguided, y'all. You've been misguided, bro. It's real powerful people. I don't know. I just seen the video of a man, y'all, because when we get into, like, us being electrical beings and us having powers, y'all, all that's real, y'all. You can light shit with your hand. This one man, bro, he well versed in the terms of energy, y'all. You know, I believe that he's a Reiki master. Man, this nigga, excuse my language, man, he done held the fight, he held the tissue in his hand, did something with his hands, bro. And he showed that wasn't nothing in his hand. He caused that fire in his hand to start burning. He caused that tissue that he was holding to start smoking and to become inflamed, y'all. So you powerful, and I've experienced some powerful things. I myself, you know, which I ain't gonna speak a lot on, but yeah, you know, at the same time, like, you know, it's some real things that you're capable of doing, y'all, and they know that. They had to take you away from that, because they know that as long as you don't know that, they can remain in control of you. They can remain in control of you, and that's the biggest thing, y'all. And You got to wake up outside of that, bro. You are so, I'm going to tell you, man, like really what's within you is bigger than this vessel that you have. It's like what's within you. It took a lot of energy for it to even get within you to begin with because you connected to the main source. You see what I'm saying? And so therefore you have to understand that you were made in the likeness and the image of your creator. So let's just get down to the likeness. For you to be made like somebody that created you in this realm of reality, you have to understand that you too have the ability to do that. You are the co-creator of your life. You have the ability to come along and create whatever it is that you want in your life. Now, whether you believe it or not, when we get into the biblical context, because you have to understand that reality, perspective is reality. Okay. So when you look at it from a different perspective, they're giving you some keys. It's truth in there. You can't just throw the Bible and say, oh, it's all fake. No, it's truth in there. You have to read some of that stuff. They tell you that with your tongue, you speak life and death. They tell you that things manifest through your words. Okay. So example, if you're calling your daughter stupid all the time, you constantly smacking them in the back of the head and you, whatever the case may be, but we're just talking about from a speaking standpoint. If you're constantly calling your daughter stupid, if you're constantly calling them ignorant, so on and so forth, that spirit that you're speaking with your words, and this is why they call the Bible the word, right? Because the word shall be your sword, right? Because they understand that word, when we get into Heka and magic and things like that, they know that your words manifest life. They know your words manifest into reality. So if you calling them stupid, right? They know that your words are spells and the spirit manifests through your words, right? And then it's only going to be so long before they actually act stupid and they start to feel stupid because you spoke that spirit over them. But if you constantly tell them how intelligent they are, how capable they are of doing things, so on and so forth, then guess what? They're going to rise up because you speaking that spirit on them. You speaking it with your words onto them. You see what I'm saying? So they know this. They know this, y'all. They telling you this in the Bible so that you would know, choose your words wisely and feel a certain way when you say them because you're manifesting things in your life through your words, okay? What else did they tell you? So a man thinketh, so he shall become. That was a keynote. Everything begins with a thought. We just talked about that. The beginning of every manifestation comes from your thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Y'all like it up, share it. Drop the nines, man. Like that was big facts right there, y'all. Every manifestation comes from a thought. So a man thinketh, so he shall become. That was a key. Become. Whatever you think it, then you are. That's what they telling you. If you think you a bum, then you're going to be a bum. Because look, everything you think, you soon profess. You see what I'm saying? And whatever you think and you feel and you speak, you act on, right? You put the emotions into. You put that energy into motion. And whatever you put energy into, manifest. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Y'all better wake up, man. You feel me? Like, and just realize that, like, they give you keys and that so you can't throw it away. You have to use what is known as the spirit of discernment. You have to be able to discern a truth from a lie. Okay? That's it. That's all. When I'm reading past this, man, I know this ain't righteous, man. I know I ain't nobody supposed to be enslaved, man, because guess what? The Most High and that spiritual energy, that energy that I came from, ain't never put me on here to be the property of nobody else, y'all. That wasn't that intent. Nah, I was coming here to experience it. Nah. So we know certain things are certain lives. You have to discern those type of things and dismiss them. You feel me? Okay? And so for those of you who don't really know why it is that I ask y'all to drop them nines, because I want you to understand that 9 is the highest level of mathematics and 9 is the highest level of science. Okay? And why is that? Because there were 9 etherical gases, which we're going to talk about too, y'all. I got so much, which we're going to talk about. These 9 etherical gases are necessary in order to create life on every level of existence on this plane of planet, y'all. Nothing exists without these 9 etherical gases. Okay? It was necessary to create it, making 9 the highest number of mathematics because these 9 etherical gases created everything, right? So that makes 9 the highest number of mathematics, y'all. There is no number higher than the number 9. Everything high that goes higher than the number 9 is only a repetitive of itself, okay? It's only a repetitive of itself, okay? And so when you dig into the number 9 times anything else, right? It comes back to 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. And we can go on. 9 times 1 is 9, which I've done is 9 times 2 is 18. 8 plus 1 is 9. We can get down to the nitty gritty. It's always going to come back to 9. Okay. And the same thing when we get into the 3, 6, 9 analogy. Okay. So it's going to either come back to 3, 6, or 9. Okay. And, but I just say, 9, is the highest level of knowledge, the highest level of understanding, and the highest level of wisdom. Okay. So some of you have this 9 within you because some of you come from the sun. You are children of the sun. Okay. That very sun up there has a 9 etherical genetic makeup. So I tell you to drop that because you are the 9. You are, everything, and everything is you. Okay. That's big facts. That's what that 9 about, So some of you don't even have to go too hard to even tap into that higher consciousness because that 9 within you allows you to be the highest level of consciousness. A lot of them, they got to go deep within. A lot of y'all don't because you connected directly. You see what I'm saying? I know I had a lot of people come on. Somebody said, "Oh, that's an inverted 6, man. It ain't got nothing to do with no inverted 6." I just broke it down to you. Why I told you 9 is your hair. When they talk about the 9 etherical genes, okay, that's why your hair is kinky. So when we get into the number 9, we talk about the flocculus that's on the sun and it being curled up into a 9. The flocculus looks like this, okay, and it's curled up into the 9, right? And it's dark. It's like a wool texture. It looks that way anyway. And it's rooted to the surface of the sun, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So no, it gets deeper, which we can do that. You know what I'm saying? See, I love that. Thank you for explaining. Yeah, because I know a lot of people, they get uncomfortable with it. I don't know if I should be dropping the 9s or not. Nah, look, we ain't moving that way, y'all. We understand. We've dove into those things over here. We dove into the story of Hillel, who it is that he is, how it is that he became to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? And how he is actually, how he does exist, how he is an etherical being, and how he can manifest. Why he's able to do that because of these species of beings that he's connected to, being a God species and a draconian reptilian. See, and I like to tell a lot of people, man, I don't care what nobody say. You have to understand, this ain't no race war that we dealing with, y'all. That's a part of the divide and conquer. That's a part of the 120 degrees of division, okay? When we get down to the nitty gritty as a collective whole, it takes everybody to move and get out of what it is that we've got involved in, okay? But it takes a special group of people to start to wake up to the fact of who it is that they truly are because you're meant to set the pace, okay? Make no mistake. Y'all drop the 9s up. Make no mistake about it. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to understand it's a species war that's taking place, man. Ain't none of us from here. None of us from this plane of planet, y'all. Everything that you see right now does not exist. Understand it. We're all holding this together as one collective conscious thought. We're making this reality exist right now as a collective consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Your energy, which is the all energy as a collective, right, is what is creating this realm of reality that we're in right now. That's why it's necessary for when your energy is dispersed from this planet, for it to be caught and redispersed back in it, so that this thought process could continue. You see what I'm saying? Even when we get into the 144, 4 plus 4 and 4 plus 4 is 8, and plus 1, what is that, y'all? It's 9, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying something here. Y'all like it up and share it. Say Big J Clark say, and the more comments you get helps your page grow. That's big facts, The more, yeah. So y'all most definitely, share it and put it out there. But I'm just saying, I'm giving y'all real knowledge, bro. None of us are from this planet, y'all. I don't care what nobody say, bro. This plane of planet was seeded. You did not come from here. That's why we different. That's why everybody is different. Everybody is different, y'all. That's why I got a different texture of here from the next mover, because none of y'all come from here. Everybody come from, look, and that's why I say we all come from other galaxies, other star systems. And that's why I say when we get into the story of Genesis and we get into the etymology of the word Genesis, and we understand that the root word means to reconstruct or to replenish, this plane of planet has been replenished over 4 to 5 times, y'all. Okay, that means that if we get into the gist of it, if they want you to believe that this realm existed for billions of years, then if we talk about a planet that comes to roughly every 3,600 years, to anywhere between roughly every 3,000 to 800 years, and when it comes to, it wreaks a havoc that resets the planet right to its original state, then we would have to say that this plane of planet has been recreated millions of times, okay? Millions of times, because this happens every 3,800 years, y'all, okay? And they tell you that this plane of planet been for over billions of years, right? 700 billion years, they tell you. Okay? So, And it get a little deeper than that. I'm just saying, like, but we all, you know, it's bigger, y'all. This is why all this shit is being revealed right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to be consciously aware of what's going on. And look, don't let me mess up your train of thought. You know, if I planted a seed, that's cool. Do the research yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to come up to your own, you know, with your own conclusions, you know, your own thought process. You got to come up with these things yourself. You know, that's what you here for, you know, but I will say this, you know, the truth hurts, but it heals. You have to understand that, you know, it's all an indoctrination system at the end of the day. It really is. You don't need any of these things to guide you through life. You're a spiritual being. You don't need no rules, bro. You weren't even governed to have, you weren't created to be ruled to begin with. Understand that. That ain't the purpose of you being here. You know, you're here to experience, not to be ruled over. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, and in some way, form, or fashion, in my opinion, I feel like, religion in some way, form, or fashion makes you ruled over. Oh, we are the aliens for real. That's big facts, Latrice Williams. We the aliens, most definitely. Facts, Big J. Yeah, I'm most definitely here just to plant the seeds. Big J Clark. That's big facts, y'all. And like I keep telling people, it is some stuff that's finna get ready to take place, y'all. The year 2025, which we're gonna have to make a whole nother lecture about this, but the year 2025 is approaching, y'all. Okay, and you know, from just me watching and what Spirit is telling me, the year 2025 is finna get ugly. Let me just say this. You're going to be blessed to even make it into the year 2025 with everything that we've seen happen in the last 5 years, okay? And what I mean by that is, what I want to say, since the year 2020, all the way up until present day, we've seen a lot of people transitioning in ways that we have not seen people transition in years, y'all. We're talking about heart attacks, asthma attacks, diabetes, and these things have happened at a large rate. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just my opinion that, you know, these things are happening strategically. They're being done strategically. When we get into Agenda 2030 and things like that, the things that they want to happen within a certain amount of time, you know, they're putting these things in the process, okay? Even from what we seen happen when we talk about what happened with the, you know, the whole, you know, y'all know what I mean, that the whole 2020 situation when the world was shut down, right? Okay? All of that was done strategically, you know? I just feel like, you know, it's just get out of here, y'all. All this was done strategically, y'all. It's just, in 2025, I feel like things are going to really get out of hand, y'all, because when you dealing with a group of people that are used to getting their way, they ain't going to stop until they get their way. Okay? And these people actually have agendas that they put out. And you can go see them on the UN website. Go see them on the UN website. They tell you their agenda on the UN website. When I come on here and I be talking my shit and I be talking about how they want to put you on these insectoid diets and they want to, you know, take the meat away from you and they want to block the sun. Bro, I ain't lying when I say that. That's all facts. Yeah, it might be funny at the time when I say it, but I'm talking about all facts, bro. All facts. Ask yourself, man, why is it that they're, look, right now, creating lab-made food? You know? Why? Why is food being made in the lab now? Like, what's going on? What's finna get ready to happen? We could tell the texture of the food ain't right when we eat it. Even all the way down to the fruit, ain't nothing safe. Ebony Martell said they do have to tell you what they're doing. Yeah, they tell you what they're doing all the time in movies and things like that, but I want y'all to know everything is a spiritual warfare. Everything is a spiritual warfare. And let me say this, I want to make this clear. In no way, form, or fashion am I against the way that we live, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against this. I'm against the way that it's being done. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you have to get up and slave all day, you have 24 hours in a day, and then 16 hours out of your day is at the workplace. Cause look, if you're working 8 hours nowadays, man, you ain't making no money, man. Let's be for real. So therefore, I can guarantee you, every person in this lab, 9 times out of 10, if you're not an entrepreneur in any way, form, or fashion, you work, and even if you is an entrepreneur, your day is probably longer than the average person that's working. Okay. But for those of you who go to work, man, you working no less than like a 10-hour shift at this point, unless you work a job that does not offering that. But In order to survive, in order to pay your bills, especially with inflation and things right now, y'all, like you have to work 10 to 12 hour shifts in order to even make a buck, to be able to pay rent, to be able to afford to have food and shit out, and even be able to enjoy yourself. You have to be working those hours because you ain't getting no money unless you in overtime. I'm against that. And see, I keep telling y'all when we get into it, inflation is just a fancy way of telling you that right now ain't nobody working. That's what they telling you. Whenever you hear inflation 9 times out of 10, it's because ain't nobody going to work no more. Okay? So therefore, you got the rich that want to stay rich. They want to keep the poor poor. Okay? And see, a lot of people not going to work because they've awakened to the fact that they can work for themselves in some way, form, or fashion and make more than what they making at work. It's people out here that's door dashing, y'all, that's making over $1,500 to $2,000 a week door dashing. You see what I'm saying? They get to set their own pace. They ain't got to go in to work. They still get a 1099 at the end of the day. They can LLC it if they wanted to. You see what I'm saying? And if they wanted to, get them a little part-time job on the side to bring in some extra money. Bro, it's many ways that they can do it, and they waking up to it. People waking up to it. Why would I go to work and slave for X amount of dollars an hour and then still be able to feed my family, enjoy myself, go on a vacation, tend to my kids if they sick, so on and so forth? Because there's a lot of jobs out here that don't give a fuck if your kid's sick. You see what I'm saying? Your kid could be sick out. You better be here. You ain't gonna have a job tomorrow. That insurance that you had ain't gonna be able to cover them. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, people waking up to the fact, and so now they ain't going to work. People around here talking about they ain't working, man. That's because DoorDash got all your workers right now. What that is, a lot of people want to do drop shipping. Like, people setting their own pace right now. What's this other stuff they got? They got so much stuff right now that's going on, bro, that's paying more. Why would they go to work? I mean, in a traditional sense. And so now the rich saying, look, okay, they don't want to go to work, man. Guess what? We going to stay rich regardless. They ain't going to do nothing but get poor because that's the way we conditioned them to be. We've conditioned them to have a poor mind state. Yeah, Uber and everything, live all that. We've conditioned them to have a poor mindset state. So guess what? As we raise the prices on the food, on the clothes, on the electronics, on everything, on the rent, okay, on the bare necessities, on the things that they need, okay, and we, like, it's just the price of living, period, and we keep minimum wage where it is, guess what they're going to do? They're going to run back to the job. This their ideology. This their thought process. They're going to run back to the job. You see what I'm saying? Because we're going to stay rich regardless. And if they don't come back to work, they're going to be poor. They ain't going to be able to pay their rent because rent's steady going up. Because guess what? If everything is going up in the world, the people who actually own these facilities, they're going to praise the rent up because guess what? They still trying to make their buck. They still got people that they got to take care of. This is their thought process. And so they set things like this into play to get you back into the job. Y'all drop them nines up, man. I'm telling y'all, like it up and share it. Yeah. That's what inflation is all about, y'all. Ain't no jobs. Therefore, and they gonna look, this is how they gonna put it to you. They gonna tell you inflation is saying, okay, well, it's 10 buyers to one item. That's in layman's terms. So guess what? We can't get people to make these items no more because ain't nobody coming to work. So the product that you're demanding right now, we can't actually get to you because ain't nobody here to actually make the products like that because people ain't working. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, we're going to go up on a product because these products are limited. I'm going to give you a prime example of that. What I mean when I say that. For example, the PlayStations. PlayStations are in PlayStation 5s right now are in the stores right now for $400, $500 maybe. You know what I'm saying? But during the time where they couldn't get them FBI, whatever chips that they needed, y'all, PlayStations were like $1,000. People were selling PlayStations for $1,000 because they was a rare breed. You see what I'm saying? And that's the example of inflation, even if people was causing that inflation on their own if they was buying them. You see what I'm saying? But my point is that this is what they do. Supply and demand, time is up. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what inflation is, y'all. Don't let them come in and make you feel like, oh, inflation is just how it is. Nah, bro. That's the gimmick. They saying that, guess what? People starting to awaken to the fact that they're not about to give their energy to make other people rich. We already know how important our energy is at this point, right? So now we say, hey, I'm going to take my energy to manifest my own reality. I'm not taking that to put it into what you want, right? And it's working for you. You know, your ideas is starting to come along. People starting to vibe with you. You're able to create some form of income, whether it's passive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, they say, hey, we're going to go inflation, man. Look, they don't want to do it our way, man. We're going to force them to do it. Either way it go, we're going to eat the freshest fruit. We're going to eat the freshest livestock. Okay, we're going to get the freshest clothes, so on and so forth. And we're going to still live our regular life because guess what? The system is set up this way. You know what I'm saying? The system's set up this way. And guess what? People just go for it, man. Look, people too afraid to say, hey, I'm not working no more as a collective whole and just walk away because they start to think the way that they've been conditioned to think. How am I going to feed my family? Where am I going to live? These are the thoughts that they have, y'all. Where am I going to live? How am I going to feed my family? So on and so forth. It's ridiculous, man. First of all, you're going to live where you at. You're going to feed your family with the food that's in the grocery stores. And then when that food is gone, guess what? We're going to have somebody to come along and going to teach us the traditional way of farming so that we can get back to the root of things. We're going to start hunting. Okay. We're going to start to teach our kids how to hunt because whether you believe it or not, man, look, it's going to come to a time where you're going to have to hunt again. They even talking about a great reset. It's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to hunt. And if you don't know how to hunt, if you don't know how to fish, if you don't know how to identify these different plants, it's over with for you. That's just my personal opinion. It's over with for you. It's over with for you. So, yeah. But I will say this, yeah, like I say, man, the truth hurts but it heals, man. Y'all better wake up, man, to the fact that, you know, the spiritual world was real, y'all, to the fact that, you know, it's not in your traditional sense. Yes, it is truth in the Bible, but, you know, you have to be a detective when digging into it, in my opinion, you know, and, you know, you just got to wake up because guess what? The proof is in the pudding, you know. We in Revelation. All is being revealed in this time, y'all, so it's time for you to wake up to that. It's time for y'all to begin to wake up to that. Henry Burris say, yo, it's time to awaken, guys. That's big facts, y'all. See, it's a lot of people who feel like the world was awakening because you see so many people viewing these videos. Just because a person get a view don't mean that they agree with the video. You see a lot of people inside of these groups, you know what I'm saying? And you see a lot of people starting to run toward this. But I want you to know this, man. First and foremost, the majority of the people that's running toward it, they all about a buck, okay? They not really living that life. That's big facts. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, they probably don't even believe in half the shit they saying. They just saying it because they know right now it's a frequency that got people on this page right now. You see what I'm saying? So I want y'all to know that with that being said, it's only a small group. It's a small group of us right now that's actually consciously aware of everything that's going on around us, man. I'll never forget I was at work one day, y'all. And I was just saying, like, man, it's crazy how, you know, this guy been working here 20 years, man. He done worked every station in this motherfucker. I'm talking about he can literally tell you how to put together a car. He can tell you what tool gonna be needed, what type of air compressor that motherfucker need in order to be able to push that screw through it. He can goddamn tell you what's the name of the parts, so on and so forth in every station. He could really, really, really build the car from ground up. And he ain't the only one. It's 10, 20 more other people. But instead of them coming together as a collective whole and creating a job for themselves, they would rather just stay there. And he said, man, well, I was just saying, people, so many people could just go on. This is my word. But he was just like, wow, when we could be here. What? That just crushed my heart. Like, bro, for you to be sitting here all this time making the next person overly wealthy, giving your energy when you more than capable of doing the same thing. And there's people out here that's more than willing to fund you and get you up and running, bro. If you can create a car at a cheaper price, you can outbeat like, come on, bro. Like, and you don't even think like that. And I ain't forcing my thoughts on them, but it's just like, it just shows where we at as a society. And it just shows, in my opinion, how life has beat that person down. And the job that I was working at the time, y'all, bro, they only give you, I think, well, you get about 4 weeks off because they do like little shutdowns and things like that. So where you get like, you maybe get like a month out of 365 days where you allowed off. Okay. And then outside of that, you get a whole day to where you can call in sick. You only get one sick day and you can use that sick day by the hour. So you can say, I'm going to be an hour late, or you can say, I'm going to come in 2 hours late, or you can leave 2 hours early, or you could just leave a half a day early and things like that, y'all. And so I'm just saying, like, they was paying them what I think people would consider to be good, right? But at the same time, it's not worth that, y'all. It's not worth living in here, y'all, and not being able to go to your daughter's graduation because your daughter is graduating on the day where you worked and you were sick last week. So you can't take that time off. You ain't got no, vacation time or no off time because you gotta, you gotta basically, What I was gonna say? Yeah, you ain't got no overtime because at this job, bro, they don't give you vacation unless it's like 5 years. You gotta be there for like 5 or 6 years to even get a week of vacation. Somebody said, guys, you seen how they making it mandatory for men 18 to 26? What do you say? What you say? She said, God, you said they're making it mandatory for men 18 to 26 to be automatically put in the military. Oh yeah, you know what? I seen it. I ain't looking into it, but what? I told y'all, it's finna go down, y'all, because guess what? When you see what's going on with China right now, not just China, but all these other groups of people, man, who fed up with what's going on over here, they put their money up, y'all. They trying to, man, look, Babylon is falling. That's all I'm gonna say. And I keep telling y'all, man, it's a war that's about to get ready to take place. Now, we know war is all about money. It's all about eliminating the creditor or the debtor, whoever, the creditor, one you owe. And it's all about just making money in some way, form, or fashion. But it's going to get out of hand because right now you're seeing a superpower be you seeing that power be taken away from them when we talk about what will be considered to be a superpower in this world, the United States of America, because they're going to create their own dollar that they want to be stronger, and worth more. And we see it starting to manifest, amongst other things. But in my opinion, this is the biggest thing, y'all. The dollar ain't worth nothing no more, man. For those of you who was my age, man, when we was young, man, we had quarter bags of chips. We had, quarter cakes, 50-cent cakes and things like that, man. Nowadays, man, ain't no cake. You go in the store, the same quarter cake is about $2.50 now. Ain't no such thing as a quarter cake no more. That just shows you that the power of the dollar is not holding no weight anymore. When our parents was younger, the dollar was 10. They can go in there and get 10 cent chips and things like that. But I'm just saying the value of the dollar is decreasing. It's all about money, y'all. Understand that. So, I mean, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to look into it, but I'm glad you actually reminded me of that, Kelly Michelle. Big facts, because I want to look into that. But they making it mandatory, y'all. Look, 28. Are they excluding felons out of that or what? Say, acceptance is my middle name. What you mean, Kenneth? Say, remember Ali wouldn't go and they locked him up and stopped him from fighting. Yeah, I remember that. I most definitely remember that. I don't know if they still got the same rules, but hey, it's crazy for them to have to force you to go into war. Anyway, there's so many people out here, y'all, that's really, they volunteering to go to war. And that's in my opinion. And I just had a download as we speak. When we talk about, the agenda to eliminate X amount of people. And like I say, I'm not saying this from my mouth when we get into, Bill Gates and what he said in front of millions of, potential, I wouldn't even say client investors. They want to get numbers down to X amount. They're going to do whatever it takes, even if they have to send some of your children off to war, man, and put them on the front line. And that's just the sad part, y'all. So, I mean, we got to be prepared for the worst, y'all. We moving toward the end. I keep telling y'all that. Say they can't mandatory do anything, Tiny Ace Mills. They can mandatory say what the fuck they want out their mouth, but you can, and then what they will do, they'll give you I think at the time it was like a sentence of 5 years, a maximum sentence of 5 years for refusing to go to the military. So, they could probably put you in jail as well, but I don't see how is that possible. Man, you got so many people that's willing to go to the military right now. I don't even see why they want to force people, but that just lets you know that something big is about to get ready to happen. See, this the stuff that they have, y'all, that's going on behind scenes. Why something big gonna happen, y'all? Something big gonna happen that's gonna take us away from the whole. It ain't look and look. The fact that this is not big right now says a lot. The fact that ain't nobody talking about this on a major scale says a lot, y'all. You see what I'm saying? People should be talking about this. And why is this not all over social media? I'm finna cut into it though, y'all, But I'm just saying, this is a prime example of how they push information that they want. And when you get into CNN, HLNN, whatever it is you want to call it, it's all propaganda. It's all propaganda. It's all meant to, Hey, you know what it is, St. Ace Mills? I don't believe that we all need to stand up and fight for nothing. I believe we all need to fall back. That's the biggest thing that we can do. You have to understand their whole system is set up based off of a monetary system. It's all about monetizing. They all about monetizing, making money, okay? So if you walk away from their job, their whole economy will fall. Their whole economy will fall. Okay, but in order for you to do that, you're going to have to get back to who it is that you are. That means that you're going to have to pick up other things. You're going to have to actually do your own, you know, because basically, essentially what you're doing is you're paying other farmers to do the ultimate, you're paying other farmers to do the work. They gonna get out here, which they ain't even working as hard as they would normally work, as they usually would work, but because they got the machines to actually get out right now, make sure that their fields are tended to plant the seeds as they go along and keep the dirt. They got machines to do that now. But essentially what you're doing is you set it up for the pharmacy and the farming industry to become rich. That's what you've done. You've made way for the farming industry to become rich. And how they've done this is they've taken you away from your independentness, for lack of better words, and they've given that to facilities like the store. And they hyped it up for you in the commercials. You no longer have to go and farm your own land because we got the farmer. They're doing that. You're going to have your local Walmart. They hype it up to where you'll just come in and you'll be able to, I can guarantee you, y'all, when they first start opening up grocery stores, they had some type of commercial that was coming along with it that essentially ushers you in that direction to make you want to become lazy enough to not want to garden anymore. And because, you know, your ancestors, they knew through you gardening, that was connecting you to Mother Gaia. Your gardening in general was connecting you to Mother Gaia because you had to actually get out there and physically connect with that plant, right? That sun had to beam down on you in some way, form, or fashion. Some of them actually got out there bare feet and they connected with Mother Gaia and they became one with the plants. Because when you get into it, a lot of people, look, I ain't gonna go there. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, they took you away from that. They took you away from your independence and basically, you know, say, hey, I'll do it for you. All you gotta do is go work these jobs we want. You know what I'm saying? And go to this school that we set up for you. That's all you gotta do. Because after you come from school, you're gonna go get a job. Then you're gonna be able to pay us for doing the work. So now look, once you stop paying them for doing the work, you still gonna have to work. But this time you'll be working for yourself. You need to make sure that you're tending to your own farm, so on and so forth, so that the ground yields enough fruit and food to carry you even through the winter. Through the 3 months of winter as well, okay? And for those of you who are hunting and things like that, you need to make sure that you hunting and doing what you need to do to make sure that you have enough deer meat, squirrel meat, raccoon meat, or whatever it is that you like to do or hunt for when you hunt in your refrigerator. And if you're a fisher, you need to be out there fishing and carrying enough fish that's going to carry you over through the wintertime. These are the things that you need to do. These are the things that you need to get back to. Send it through my Henry Burns. Send it through my inbox. These are the things that you got to get back to, y'all. That's big facts. Peace be upon, Matrix, the Terminator, and lots of these movies tell us the truth. Oh yeah, that's big facts. We can't look past that, y'all. We already know that. We cannot look past that. But yeah, y'all, the truth hurts, but it heals, man. And when we get into religion, that's a whole nother rabbit hole in itself, man. I love touching on the subject, to be honest with y'all, man. But I want you to know that, like, when we touch on that subject, and like I say, I'm not saying I'm the smartest person, man. I've done my research. I just hope that I can trigger you enough with what I'm saying to make you want to do your research enough to go even further than what it is that I've learned, right? And be able to come back and share that information, not with me, but with everybody else. Not just with me, because I want to hear it too. All right? But with that being said, man, look, man, I love it connecting with y'all, man, vibing with y'all, so on and so forth. I got a video that's coming up. I don't know if I'm going to do it over here or if I'm going to do it tomorrow on YouTube, man. But it's dealing with something that, you know, Crazy Bone came out and said. Something that happened to him, y'all, and we ain't gonna get too much into detail, but y'all can be looking forward to that, man. And with that being said, y'all make sure y'all get over to YouTube, follow me on YouTube at I Am Awakened. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at I Am Awakened _chosen one. And I just want to leave you, _starseed, y'all. And I just want to leave you guys as I came. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation.